Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Kajetan. That is a mind-blowing one. And it's good that, but I just somehow worried that you were mentioning the Igwes and all these people, and I look at it that these people are just far. Well, my worries, my own personal worries are about parents. You know that your daughter is in school, and your daughter,
Yes.
you are doing nothing, and your daughter comes back during the holidays with iPhone 16. She has iPhone 16 as first year or second year student, and she has nothing doing. Okay, and you are proud. She will tell you, "Mommy, okay, I want to snap." Sometimes she comes back with what do you call the hair? The woman hair of 1.5 million, a woman hair of 800,000. When you have never your bank account in the history of the family, the bank account has never seen such amount, and this is a student. And the mother is not saying anything. She's even going to church to give testimony. Okay, a young boy will come back with short knicker and socks, and come back and with Mercedes car. He just left like 2 months ago. He has nothing doing. He followed a friend to Lagos, and in the next 3 weeks or 1 month, he comes back with a Mercedes car and with all kind of and start telling you, "Oh, yeah, clear this place. We want to build a house," and start doing a lot of things in the house. And none of the parents will even say, "Oh, please, Chidubem or Chinedu, sit down, sit down. Let me ask you a question. What happened?" So Igwes are even very far. Igwes can decide to say, "We don't know, we're not their parents." But this one, we're talking about the people where they're coming from. And you see a lot of people like that goes to the church for Thanksgiving. And the Reverend Father or the pastor, and they will continue to, continue to mention their name in the church in prayer repeatedly as the beneficiaries of the higher anointing, because they are the people that will bring money during launching. And the Reverend Father don't care. The pastor don't care. The man of God don't care to know where this man's source of wealth is. So the church is guilty. The parents, they are guilty. Igwes, they are even far. So we're even talking about parents who should have the in fact, no matter who you are, even up to now, when I'm talking, sometimes if I get angry, I want to talk, my mom will warn me. Say, my mouth and your mouth should not go at this age. So no matter whoever you are, you get to your house, I can sit you down. If nobody will tell you the truth, your family can tell you the truth. But the kind of
Yes.
things we have now, nobody is interested. What they know is that your child will just come back with a dreadlock or plait his hair and come back with Mercedes car. The next morning, we are going to church for Thanksgiving. You start inviting people and start dancing. Oh, you don't care. So, Kejeta, what do you think is the way out?
Thank you, Chinedu, for your question. In fact, you just tuned me on again. Because what I mentioned before, I wanted to just land on based on what you asked me before. But right now, let's focus on the family. Now, the family is the smallest unit of the society. It is the first school every child attends. It is the first church or mosque every child attends. So it's very, very, very necessary that the parents are involved in the education and upbringing of their children. Now, I must be honest with you. What have also caused the decadence you just mentioned in our society has always been that some people were not mature enough or prepared enough to be married before they got married. So when they got married, they now even, absconded some or kind of abrogated some of their responsibilities as parents to their kids. So whereby their kids go out, they call it tapping is a game. So you bring somebody's eraser home, no problem. Thief somebody's school fees back home, no problem. So they encourage them to bring in even things that are not their own. And that's where the problem begins. So one day the guy will now be okay. My parents support me. and can also carry arms now to go on full-scale armed robbery attack. And that's exactly how it begins, by you encouraging that child the first time he or she has done ill. I remember vividly growing up, Chinedu. Now, when you take someone's pencil, I didn't say money, pencil, or even eraser, mistaking you, no matter how tiny, and it's in your bag, and you get home with it. Oh my God! You'll be praying when you see it. You hide it very well in your bag, and be praying that neither your father, your mother will see that, because the number of canes that you're going to be entertained with that night is part one. If you don't then return it again the next day and come back again mistakenly with it, the part two will follow. And many of us were formed.
That is not even they will continue to repeat it every day.
Yes.
If you are going to school,
every day.
If you like, if you go, carry all the people's property and come back.
Yeah, come back.
Africa parents used to think.
And they will deal with you. Yes, because then we believe that every child is raised up by the community. Okay, that every child is raised up by the community. But these days, if you touch my child as it's going on now, people can take you to anywhere. But then we believe that a child, now, if you try it, somebody will just take you or kill you even in the process. So nobody wants you to advise or counsel his or her child. Allow them. But when they now become their headache and is looking to kill them, they will now start looking for your face. Please come and help me. When you were talking about the ill the child was taking, or the social vices he or she was involving himself, then they will say, you should not talk to me, leave my child for me. But when it gets so bad, they will now start indulging with you to come and plead or beg, or then be the shorty for him or her to leave jail. And you see, that's exactly where we are. So for me, every family should have, its own rules and regulation and guidelines, and help to form these young people, because you cannot give what you don't have. It's a pity that some of our young people who are getting married now, that's why the rate of divorce is even on the increase in Nigeria now. Because they just wake up in the morning, I want to get married. They think that marriage is also part of the things, entitlement. So they come into marriage with another psyche that, see, when I get in there, every other person will obey or respect me, and I will give nothing in return. How can that be possible? Because they've had that entitlement mentality even before getting married or from their homes. So it becomes impossible for them to even to be malleable again, or to be taught, or to even respect anybody around them enough to even indulge productively with them to have things done. So it becomes a very, very, very big problem in society, where nobody can correct anybody, and then they grow up not being corrected. So how can they understand what people are passing through? So for them, it's all about them. So they are self-centered. And that's where it's a very, very wrong thing to do. So such parents are the issues that we are having this time around, because they don't train their kids very well. Their kids come to school or goes to school, get anything back home. He or she is encouraged to do whatever they want to do. And then when they now become very, very bad in society, they will now turn around and start seeking for emergencies as a way out. Meanwhile, when you were complaining that child was already misbehaving, they will not listen to you. So as parents, we have our work cut out for us already, because if you don't train them now and be able to make them remain focused, they will really deal with you in your old age. They make sure you retire and die faster than you think. So that's where we have gotten. And for me, every young person out there is a jewel, a precious jewel that we need to, handle with care. So I implore all parents to please spend quality time with your children. As I'm saying this, I'm also talking to myself, okay? So I'm not saying that I'm a good father or a better husband, but the idea is that we can also be better, we can also improve every day. So just try to spend quality time with your families. Try to know exactly what your children are yearning for, whether it's inappropriate or appropriate, and advise them accordingly. Don't just say, it's the role of the women, it's the role of the man. No. It is our role, because we are in this together. Marriage is for better, for worse. We are in this together. It's not one person's role. It's both of us that must be hands-on to make sure that we form our children well. Because if that's that minutest unit of society, the family, fails, then the entire nation would have failed. That's exactly my concern. Thank you.